It has been way too long. And that's my fault. I'll take the blame for that. It's not Logan's fault, it's my fault.
Big move. Man made a big move.
I did, I'm in a new house. I'm back in Cincinnati. But I am your host, Jay Chadwell. With me, as always, Logan, the sensational Logan Yoder today.
I can't hear anything you're saying, so this is really great.
Yeah, see, the thing with that, whatever you call it, the soundboard, is I don't know if it, like, hey, there's a new cat, by the way. We got a lot to talk about.
If that cat keeps meowing, I'm going to drive to Batavia and kill it, so 100%.
Oh, Dad
Cat
Bodcast.
will not survive the night.
Episode 11. It seems like it's episode 1 again, but it's episode 11.
You know, like most great startup podcasts, took a 2-month break right when we were hitting our stride.
I was looking. I have it for whatever reason, but I was looking at the the analytics, the stats. People still listened, and we have a few more followers over the last 2 months.
We'd be nothing without you 5 great people that listen to this on a daily basis.
4. Tracy's at least 2 accounts.
Yeah,
Tracy's at least 2 accounts.
No, she's definitely created 4.
Or should I say, co-coach is at least 2 accounts?
Oh, what a terrible mistake!
Dude, before we get into that, my hair is crazy, and I don't know where my AirPods are. So that's what I got going on with life right now. So I want to address that because
you're also in a different place.
As we said off air, you've lost a little weight. You're like, I told you, you already had the dress department. Now you got the looks department. You already got the equipment department. I don't know what I'm bringing to this podcast at all.
Production. You're a great executive producer. And you keep me on. You gotta I'm a bowling ball just going for strikes, and you are definitely the bumpers because I'm not going right down the middle. So
that's true. That is true. So how has the summer been going?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
You've lost weight. It can't be that bad.
I've gone
you've
from
lost weight because it's been so terrible that you're just not eating.
Gosh, man, I gotta remember my filters on this because I just wanted to go to a dark place on why I was losing weight, but we're gonna stop. I went from 268 to I think we're down to the lowest I've been is 238. I was sitting at 240 this morning. Just watching what I eat a little bit, drinking significantly less alcohol, which is also really good for me. But no, it's been just everything terrible. Anyway, it's been a terrible year because I'm building a house, and I don't know if you've ever built a house before. No, it's actually one of the most miserable processes you'll ever be a part of, and you should really do it too when you're also insanely busy at work. My team has expanded from 5 to 13 over the course of this year, so I've entered a new level of management leadership that I've never been a part of. Oh, and also, it was really important for me for some reason because, I want to tell my children one day their grandfather built their house, even though my dad's doing nothing except being a problem. I love him. I love him to death. The man had knee surgery, he could barely move around. And we talked about he had a stroke last year, so his memory's not that great. So we'll talk about something, and a couple weeks later, it's gone. It's like we never had the conversation. And then he just he doesn't know how to I don't know where I got it, but and I know this might surprise some people because I put on a little bit of a show.
I can't wait to hear what this is going to
be. I'm pretty calm and cool and collected. I like to go through no drama. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't get worked up about a lot. My dad's the opposite. My dad's hey Dad, I it looks like your framer didn't put in this closet. Just wow, it's a dumb closet to begin with. And it's oh, calm down. The latest thing was hey Dad, I want to I don't want to put my outlets in my kitchen and stuff into the backsplash because then you just got this cheap looking outlet thing in this nice backsplash, and it's we're gonna try to put it under the cabinets kind of. It's not a very complicated thing. I looked it up. Could probably boss somebody around how to do it because I'm not going to do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, you're right. My dad lost his mind for 15 minutes. He was like, it's going to cost you $40,000 more. And I was like, no, it's not. Everybody calm down. Just relax. And I had to tell him. It's like, Dad, you need to try to treat me like another customer. It's not going well. I'm not another customer. I'm a son. And, and I love him. And it's going to be a great thing to tell my children one day how I almost killed their grandfather because he built our house.
Or did. Your house is not done yet.
It's not done. He's got to make it. It's coming along. It's under roof. And actually, you can walk through it, and my daughters know what their bedrooms will be and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Hey,
Logan said hi.
Sorry.
Hi.
Anyway, she's so enthusiastic to see me.
Well, she can't hear you. You're in my ears.
That's why. Anyway, the golf game is 100% back. It hasn't been in 4 years at least. I'm on a tear right now. My last 40 or 54 holes of golf, I think I'm under par.
How close do you think you are to the BJ Tour right now?
Incredibly far away. Shockingly, breathtakingly far away.
You seem smarter than you did at the beginning of the summer.
25 strokes. 25 strokes at least. I got a new putter,
That's close. 25 strokes is close. On those
25
courses,
strokes every 18 holes.
On those courses, yes. I would be
25 strokes is the difference between a 70 and a 95.
It's great math, first off.
Thank you.
Saying I would
Georgetown education.
170 at the closest.
No way.
If you're breaking 100 on those courses, you're close.
No, that's not close. Close is I watch Grant Horvat and the Bryan Bros. They went and played at it was really cool. So they have this series called Making the Cut, where they go and play from major venues. And they just went to this place in Wisconsin called Erin Hills, which was the source of the 2017 U.S. Open. And Erin Hills knew they were coming. They actually set the course up with the exact tees and flag positions of Thursday, Friday. So it's the cut that year was +1. So if they get +1 or better, technically they make the cut. Grant Horvat, who is an incredible golfer, did not make the cut. Shot 8 over.
That's what I'm saying. And you're 17 behind him.
8 over in 2 rounds.
Okay. So you're
but that's also I don't know. Breaking 100 at some of those courses would be challenging. So let's call it because it's +1 over 2 days. So that means they were 72, 73. And if let's just say I shoot 100, that means I'm 57 shots back, and so 30 strokes. Let's call it 30 per 18. That's incredibly far back.
That's 120.
That's the difference between what do you think you go out and shoot at buttermilk right now, 90?
Me? No, I'd be around 100. I'm terrible.
Well, if you're at 100 and I'm at 70, that's the difference between me and you.
I think that I'm closer to you than you are, Scotty Scheffler.
I think you're incredibly wrong. We're talking about making the cut. Brooks Koepka was minus.
That's not what I just said. I said I'm closer to you than you are, Scotty Scheffler.
Oh yeah, you are. Okay. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. I'm good with that.
Yeah. No, I
was like, here we go. 10
you know
minutes
what you know what is funny about that is my official handicap is an 8, and Scotty says he plays off a +7, and it's there's not 15 strokes between me and Scotty every 18 holes. That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I've obviously never played.
They're so incredible. They're so unbelievably incredible. It's dumb.
Their putts are insanely hard from 10 feet. Let alone the 50 feet I would be putting from.
I don't even think it's that. I think honestly, I think the thing that sets a a bad player from a good player, in my opinion, is like getting off the tee box, because like that's one thing that I've always been really good at, is like I can routinely like hit a fairway and hit it like 280 yards. Now those guys are hitting it 320, right? So it's another, and they're hitting the fairway even more often than I am. Like I'm a very good driver of the golf ball for my distance, and you know, if your other amateur is slicing it and they have a worse angle and they're only hitting it 225, well, you're 4 clubs back of me and you're in a worse position. And the difference between an amateur hitting a 6-iron and a pitching wedge is also insanely significant, right? So, like,
Yeah.
I think that, in my opinion, like if you can hit a good drive on a lot of courses, like you can, like, it's like, you know, a lot of guys can hit a wedge like halfway decent, you know what I mean, and consistent. It's some of the harder clubs, and that's where I've made the biggest. My short game has made the biggest stride. I got a new putter. I got one of those lab putters that really work, weird looking ones that are perfectly balanced, and it's helped me a lot. But also, I just learned how to hit fairway woods really good this year. I was hitting a 5-wood like 245, just smoking it, and it makes all your par 5s like easily gettable. Yeah. So those are some of the biggest. I got my irons back under control. I shot, dude. I was so mad. I went to Stone Lake the other day. We played the blue gold combos. It was like 6,600 yards, and I shot a 45 on the front 9. Terrible, right? I was like furious. Shot a 34, 2 under on the back. Ended up turning at 79, which was like an above average score for me there. But it's like if I literally like had just been figured out whatever I figured on the back, that's the best round I've ever played. So.
Well, good. I'm glad you got your golf game figured out. What about the other sport in your life right now? Coaching with your mother on your daughter's team. How's that going?
So we just finished our season tonight.
You're done.
Yeah. Tonight was the last night. And it's
you won in the championship?
No. We didn't win a game. We scored 1 goal all season. Tonight, our second goal was scored, and the other team scored it on themselves. It was fantastic. Yeah, I mean this in no disrespect to some of the players, but it was really clear early on when the team gathered for the first practice, just because my daughter had been in it she'd been in a previous fall and then a spring, and then this is another fall.
3rd season.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really clear, like in the first practice when Brooklyn was one of our better players, that we were in trouble. Because she had always been very average on all her other teams, to say the best. Yeah. So, and then we had it's a 4, 5, and 6-year-old, and we had, I think, 3 4-year-olds out of the 7 kids. Which, we had some really talented kids. Honestly, they were a joy to coach. Some of them. I'm not going to name names, obviously.
Right.
It was the first year it's the first time I've coached in a long time, man. Last time I coached was
St. Pat.
Yeah, or maybe when I did, the 5th and 6th grade ball for a few years. Anyways, the first time that I've had real young kids, and you might know from some of the stories in this podcast, I'm pretty tough on my daughter, and I'm just very pretty tough on my kids in general, and it's you walk a fine line. But it's the first day of practice, I was completely thrown, because this one kid just kept throwing the ball off my back when I'd be turn around, just would not pay attention and stuff. And
I would lose it.
Oh, if it was Brooklyn, I would have been go run until you die. You just keep running around the court. You just keep running around.
I couldn't coach little kids, man.
Yeah, it took me 2 practices to really get my bearings. They made great strides, and honestly, I think I did a better job. I think a big thing of it is just realizing what the kids need at that age, making it fun, and also having a practice plan. My mom, there was 2 practices. I was traveling, so she had to run by herself. And she's yeah, the last 30 minutes we just scrimmaged. I'm we have 7 kids. It's a 5-on-5 sport. And there's no way to keep them all, you can't scrimmage. like as much as I want to, you can simulate events, right? Like, so we played a 3-1-1, like in the last one being the goalie. And so our defensive player, like teaching them just to follow the ball side to side, not just stand in one spot. Right, so it's like, I did a drill kind of very similar to like what you would do in CHOP, like when we were in high school, chop, 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 and it's forward, back, side to side. But it's like, you guys are following the ball, here we go. Like, you know what I mean? And like teaching them what they had to do for that. Like, I think I just in coaching, I could recognize and kind of make up drills for that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I just think, a lot of other, I think if you're less experienced as a coach, you just like go online, you look up some stuff, and I think it's getting creative into simulating game situations and practice drills.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm just like, I was this way in high school basketball, when I was coaching high school basketball. I am a stickler for the smallest minute details. And the hardest thing, it's so funny. So, like, I had one kid, I'm not going to say his name, it was like 2 games ago, played the game of his life. Was by far the best any kid we had on the team had ever played, right? Mm-hmm. And his dad was like, yeah, he got 8.5 hours sleep last night. The next game, his dad was out of town. He got 5 hours of sleep, and you just wring his neck. It was just terrible, right? Like, and it's like literally at that age, the difference of them getting enough sleep makes the world of difference. Like, we usually play on Saturday mornings. Today was the first day because of conflicts with fair and stuff. The other team wanted to move the game up. We did this. They were horrible today because they've been at school all day and stuff. They were god awful. Like, it was like unenjoyable to coach them. Like, they're so bad and unfocused. You know what I mean?
What was the score tonight?
3-1.
Oh, it was close. See, dude, on the high school things, it's completely the opposite, though. Like, I think Saturdays are our worst days.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're out of that routine.
It's out of your routine, yeah. So, like, I'll tell you the most crushing defeat we had. Lee's daughter, Lee Gullenstein, who's my boss, good friend of mine, plays on another team. We came out one morning and up 1-0. Had no business being up 1-0. Playing great. I'm actually, like, focusing my lineups and stuff like that, like ready to go. And I will never forgive this young man as long as I live. But going into the fourth quarter, my best forward, 1-0. Going into the fourth quarter, 6 minutes. My best forward is like, I want to play goal. And I'm like, absolutely not, under no conditions. Like, we're going to win this game. Starts crying. And I literally was like, dude, like, you got to knock it off. Like, come on. He's like, I want to be in goal. I'm like, you know what? Fine, go be in goal.
Just say next game. You can do it next game.
I did everything. This kid, he was a sweet kid. He's one of my best players. Like,
you try to pay him? You got to pay him at that point.
I would have given him thousands to just shut up. Unfortunately, I don't think he understood how much he could have really profited from just stopping crying in that moment. He could have set his family up for a while because I would have paid anything to win this game. And so anyway, so I put him in goal, and he gave up 2 goals in the fourth, including just a banger off the crossbar, and we lost. And it was like, I looked at him and I was like, good job in goal. He was like, he was like, thanks, like, not understanding that, like, at that moment I could have just tossed him across the field. Yeah.
All right, well, the last thing I'll leave you with before I tell you what we got going on.
Oh, hold on. I need to talk, and this would be great for Brooklyn to see when she's older.
Okay.
Me and Brooklyn got into it kind of one time this season because...
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it already.
Because, so, you will do, like, sprints in practice and, like, even, like, laps before practice and stuff. And she's just naturally big for her age. Like, not, like, wide. Like, she's tall. Right. She was almost taller than everybody she played all year.
Yeah, she's a tall kid.
And, like, she also, like, when we ran sprints and stuff, like, we'd be running, like, she was our fastest kid. Doesn't have a damn aggressive bone in her body and drove me insane. Like, literally we're driving back. I'm like, you just enjoy wasting God's gifts, Brooklyn? God has gifted you.
So you slap God in the face. That's what you do.
Yeah. I was like, how do you think God feels? You just knowing he gave you these gifts and you're just out there wasting them because you're scared. And I wish I was really exaggerating this. But it's like 90% how the conversation went.
Is your wife on the sideline like, oh, good job, Brooklyn, or she like play harder, Brooklyn?
She's like play harder, and like my wife was like in the car, and you could hear a pin drop like driving back from this game. Like, Brooklyn's not happy, I'm not happy, and I'm just like, do you just want to quit? And I was like, 'cause I just really don't want to come out and coach anymore. My daughter's 6. I should probably put this into further context. I'm definitely a psychopath. And get home and just like hug her and like, Daddy, be proud of you no matter what, even if you don't play sports. I will, dude. But it's like,
but I could be more proud of you. I could be more proud of you.
I could. I definitely. If she had scored 3 goals tonight, I wouldn't be doing this podcast because I'd probably be like at a casino somewhere after I tucked my kid in, just be like, yeah, daughter of the soccer star, deal 'em, boys.
She's going pro.
Go, yeah. Nope, not her. Yeah, if it's not golfer, no, I wouldn't say like I'm very proud of my daughter. She definitely has a future if she wants to continue in dance. She keeps getting called up to all this, like backups on competition team. Like even though she's already starting on a competition team, she's getting called up as backup for older. She's really, really passionate about dance, which I mean, as a dad, I'm just so excited about. And she does really, and she shows a natural affinity for golf, and we're starting to get her some young coaches for that. So, you know, it could be worse. She actually, like, I think basketball, like, but again, it's just going to come to, like, she can do everything in practice, but just, like, until she gets over that aggressiveness thing, which, as much as I want to joke, I had the same thing when I was young, so, but, I had to tell her the other day, like, you know how bad I wish my daddy pushed me like this? Do you understand?
Instead, my dad's yelling about closets.
Yeah. I could have been a slightly above average high school starter, honey. If he cared about me like I care about you, then I was just average.
Dude, all right, so before I tell you what I got going on this summer, you have to pick one. You've done both, but going future, you either have to do it again.
I want to talk about your mom at 1.5. Oh, gosh.
Coach
Here
with your
we
mom,
go.
Or build with your dad.
So, like,
coach with your mom or build
first
with
of
your
all, I'm building with my dad. First game, my mother shoved the goalie in front of the ball. First game. And I told her very early on, it's like, hey, you need to, like, calm down. Like, so, like, when we were in that game that I was talking to you about, no, she has no idea. She's just no filter. Doesn't care that it's 6-year-olds. You wonder where I get this crazy, right? Like, I'm crazy but smart. My mom's crazy but dumb, bro. Like, it's just how it is. And, like, during the game, like, during that game with Lee, like, they scored that first goal, and she's like, oh, no! And I'm over here like, good shot, kid. Good shot. 6-year-old, like, good shot. And I'm just, like, looking at her. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's a freaking 6-year-old game. Like, Jesus. And I'm like, I can be that, like, when I coach, and then, like, privately get my daughter behind closed doors and be like, you're slapping God in the face. So, like, it's a definitely duality of man. It's Batman and Bruce Wayne.
I think it's important for like, I always tell, like, my kids, like, be a teammate, but then self-reflect, like, at home that night or the next day. Like, you have to, like, it's important to grow. So you're doing Brooklyn a service by doing that. Your mother yelling at a 6-year-old for scoring is tough.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, great goal, kid. Congratulations. I know how happy you are. And my wife's like...
His first goal of the season.
Yeah,
my mom's like, career.
My mom's like, look at the scoring. It's like, it's just like, I was like, okay, Mom. Yeah, so no. And then, dude, like, I'd be, like, trying to coach, and I'm like today, oh my gosh, like, we have 2 balls that they gave us in the league, and I'm like, hey, Mom, like, get 2 balls, let's do this drill before we start our game today. And she goes and she's like, I can't find our other ball. And I'm like, okay, like, we'll find it. She's like, She's like literally going to the other coaches, do you have our other ball? Do you ever? And I'm like, Mom, we have this line of like 6-year-olds standing waiting so we can get 2 balls. Just pick any 2 balls. Where's our ball? We have to turn that ball in after this. Where's our ball?
Like
it's Jen Workman and I don't know her new name, but her maiden name was Kayla Cornett. Our opposite coach, and I'm like, Mom, we'll sort it out with them afterwards. Like, where's the ball? And I'm like, Tracy, like, can we just get the drill going and we'll figure everything out? It's just like her mind is like just in a different world and reality. And I'm so sad because we're going to lose one of her 4 accounts that watch this when she hears the criticism. But my gosh.
Coach Tracy unsubscribed.
I want to talk about Caitlin Clark at some point too.
Yeah, we will. Oh, I got it. Right. I got it coming up.
Sorry, you've unleashed the beast from 2 months.
Dude, it's awesome. It was 20 minutes of gold right there.
Thank you.
So, I told you last time I saw you when we met before Wolverine and Deadpool that I was training for a half marathon. Correct? I told you that.
Are you still doing that?
Yeah, it's in 3 weeks.
Psychopath. You.
Dude, I've had an injury and a sickness. I don't know if I'm even going to finish at this point. Like, it's going to be bad.
What kind of injury? Are you all right? Like,
just a flare-up from my ACL stuff.
Oh.
Like, not... just like arthritis.
Yeah.
So,
inflammation, basically.
Correct. So I had that going on. So I took 2... I was pretty good. And then I took 2 weeks off, came back, was not good for a week and a half, then got sick and couldn't breathe when running. So, like, this week I'm back again 3 weeks before I go out to the run.
So what's the most you've run without stopping?
Like in my life or this training?
This training.
9 miles.
Okay. And, like, what's your... Like, are you, like, a 10-minute mile average?
No. Before I was injured, I did. I was probably about 10 and a half. Now I'm going to be lucky to break 11. Like, that's how bad I am.
That's not bad, though. Like, you're almost 40 at this point. Like, you know.
You're pushing up 80s almost.
You're halfway there, bud. I mean, just like, let's just talk about it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if I live double, it's 72. That's...
Shout out to my insanely old wife.
Yeah. Me and Emily are about
35 soon. No, you're 2 years older than her. So are you like 38 yet?
I'm 36. First off, I'm not 2 years older than her.
Oh yeah. Wait, she's 2 years older than me, and I thought you were 4 years older than me.
When's her birthday?
3/6/90. Gosh, put me on the spot.
You didn't have to give her Social Security number out.
Well, I needed to. If it wasn't 3690, no way I remember that. That's why the woman married me on 7/11. Like, it's
like my wedding's 10/10/20. 10/10/20.
Oh my God! Good job, Meg. Good job, Meg. Bravo. That is a wife that never wants you to forget. And if you forget, you're screwed.
Piece of crap. If I forget 10/10/20, come on. And then we are pregnant with our second.
Woo!
Another little girl coming.
Healthy. That's all we care about.
Due in December, so...
Oh, no. You're never going to have fun around Christmas again.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
I guess, like, looking back, I'm like, what did I do before kids? Because, like, I used to think I was busy.
No.
It's insane.
Bro, my daughter right now, because of how incredible, like, in her dance stuff, right? Monday, like, I have the littlest one, and I put her to bed, and Scarlett is her name. She has her name. Not as important as the oldest, but yeah, the little one. Anyway, but Brooklyn doesn't get home until, like, 8:45. So it's like, I don't see my child on Monday.
Jeez, that's so late.
It's in Milford, man, and practice ends at like 7:45 or something. You know what I mean? Or so, I don't know. Anyway, so Tuesday, they both have a dance class. Don't get home until 7:30 probably. Wednesday, we had soccer. Mm-hmm. Thursday, only day, just nothing. Friday dance, they get home at like 7:30, and Saturday mornings we were having soccer. Like, I was starting to see my future, and I was checked out. I thought I thought about it several times. It's like, I'm not for this anymore. You can quit dancing and soccer right now. I don't need you to get involved in sports. I care about my life, and I'm selfish, and you don't need to have fun.
Yeah, dude, that's like, even if you are selfish, I'm not saying you, I'm saying you as in the general public. Kids just brings on a different, like, you can't be. You literally can't be, or you have no
Why I might not? It's why I might not have a third, because like I just can't give up golfing 5 times.
I heard a rumor that you get baby fever about this time.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like right around 2, because Scarlett's coming in. They both have come into like a daddy like phase, like right after 2, like 2.5, and it's my favorite time by far. Like there's nothing even that's probably close to the next like
Logan
year.
Jr. could be next.
Gosh, that's my only fear, dude. Is like, I'll just be honest with you. I got 2 girls and I got my wife who's...
Don't want 3, man.
No, for 3 girls and it's like, yeah. And the only thing me and Emily are waiting on is to get the house built, and then I'm going to look at this giant pile of debt and see if it's feasible to bring another life into the world. It's like, interest rates are high, baby.
And they're supposed to be cut. We'll see.
Please, I got a refinance coming in March. Drop like 6 points.
Say, no matter, like, I'm not going to get political, you know that. No matter if you're left, right, Democrat, Republican, extreme, not whatever.
I'll get political about one thing after you're done.
Well, what I'm saying is you have to love election years because everything gets cheaper. Gas gets cheaper. Interest rates go down.
We are in the craziest time in a long time in American history, and I say that to say this. Our president, or our former president, was just shot at for the second time.
Yeah.
And that was like a blip on the news.
Right.
It was an assassination attempt of a former president and presidential candidate. I was like, yeah, but apparently he had a putt for birdie he was really mad about, and it's like, guys, like, what the heck? Like, I'm gonna get into. Listen, I actually have great, and I'm gonna get slightly political for 2 seconds. Nothing specific.
First off, it's not gonna be 2 seconds.
No, okay. I guarantee it. We're at 32-12 right now. This won't go past 34-30. I have terrible disdain for both candidates. I don't care for either one of them in any way, shape, or form. I was shocked that they were just like letting Harris go. Like I was like the guy who was like, I think you'd have a better chance off of the Democrats just rolling out Biden's dead corpse. I'm not a Harris fan. I'm just not. I'm not anyway. I'm not a fan of VP. I'm not a fan of Vance. I'm not a fan of Trump. Like 300 million Americans. This is what we got. Like we should be ashamed of our system.
I do think it's incredible. Like whether you're Democrat or like that, you honestly, if you're a Democrat and you, even if you can say like, okay, Harris is a good candidate. Like even if you can make that, you can't honestly say like she's our best candidate.
No,
you can't say
and the sad thing is the Democrats just don't have great candidates, and I'm saying that as like a man who like. At points in his life has definitely leaned more left and Democrat, but like my gosh, man, the pool of respectable candidates they have is terrible right now. And I mean, you can't really say anything better on the Republican side when your candidate's Trump. So I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway, what I say all that to say this.
I think that's what I've noticed, especially this time, and I don't know why this time more than others, because I'm sure it's the others as well. But I feel like it's more important for the parties to win than it is to get the right person into office.
The difference between Obama and Romney, or Obama and who was it? He was in the military. He was a great guy. McCain or
yes.
Yeah, McCain or Gore and Bush or Clinton, like, all the people you might have problems with. It was respectable. Like, you go back and listen to those debates, like, people that you don't mind being the face of your country, which, in my opinion, the president is, like, it's their job to surround themselves with intelligent people and then be a figurehead. That's their number one duty. You know what I mean? Anyway, but we weren't recording when the first Trump assassination attempt happened. I said immediately that we were in a terrible spot as a society, because the first 5 people I talked to, everyone said, was it real?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I can make cases for either side, because if I was Trump, because Trump came out looking great on that, right? He did the fight thing. Like, if I was Trump and I was trying to rally support in my direction, it's like, oh yeah, fake an assassination attempt, they're coming after me, and I look like this ultimate tough badass, right? And it's like, at the same time, it's like you can say, oh, well, the Democrats are afraid they're going to lose to Trump, so they try to kill him, right? You can fight on each side. But the fact that our first instinct right now is where we are in society was like, was that real?
Question.
Yeah, that is terrifying. You know, I had a really good conversation with a buddy of mine. We were on our business trip. We were on our way down on a business trip. We had a long drive ahead of us. We were driving to Nashville. And I said, at the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters to me is that my children grow up in a free, true democracy where their freedoms are protected and stuff like that. Everything else, taxes, all this other stuff, nothing matters to me as much as my children's freedom.
Yeah.
I think that's what it all comes down to. So.
Yeah. I thought originally, because I'm not a big fan of the two-party system, especially in the last few elections. But I thought
you say that, but it's like we've been doing okay.
Well, until the last few elections, but I thought Trump was not going to get the bid for the Republicans once upon a time, and I thought he had enough backing that he would be like that third candidate that would really push that three-party system. And then, again, the Republicans that did not want him gave him the bid because, again...
It's breathtaking when you just put side by side, it's like all the bad things they said, and it's like, I fully support our president. It's like...
But that's what I'm saying. They thought he was the ticket to win. That's what they... Yeah. That's ultimately what they thought. And
yeah. So, staying in power is more important than what it means to be in power, and that's terrifying. And it's on both sides, by the way. Like, it's...
Correct.
It's I'm not. Yeah, I'm not excited for the future of our country as it stands. But that's for another day and time.
I'm just waiting for you to run, man. That's my vote for you to run.
You know what though? Like I would. I just want a normal person who's not. No. Like seriously, who's not interested. Like who can put themselves aside in the good of the nation. And the good of the people, and that's what we're missing, frankly.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it gets better. But
sorry, I didn't mean to take it in that place, but we weren't recording during all that time, and I wanted to touch on it because Conspiracy Theory Logan was rampant during that. I was on a golf course, and I just got a text from a buddy and said, check Twitter, and it's like, oh, wow.
So we've had...
It's like, that's the other thing. If the CIA was really trying to kill him, you think they'd miss twice?
Correct.
Like, come on. Like,
these guys are professionals.
They got JFK on a tough shot.
So, wow, that's another conspiracy theory. So we have Conspiracy Theory Logan. We've had Coach with Your Mother Logan. We need to get into I need to correct myself, I was wrong Logan. And we need to talk about Caitlin Clark right now. That's where we need to get with this because you missed it bad.
So,
bad.
Couple things. Where I was wrong comparing her to the coach's daughter who plays on the team who just gets the ball and stuff like that. Yeah, Daddy Ball. Where I was right, she's still nowhere near as good as like the best male or best male shooter or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and stand firmly behind that. We saw the greatest male shooter of all time in the Olympic gold medal game.
His last shot in the Olympics is
the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The best shot I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean it's one of them definitely. I mean gosh, dude, it was so funny. I was at a party. Jeremy McFarland was throwing a party like into the summer bash, and we just so happened because he's a big LeBron guy, and he was like, Curry's not clutch, and literally a few minutes later,
what is going on your screen?
I have no idea, unless like somebody else is watching. I just saw that too. I didn't press anything.
No, we're not live. We're recording.
I don't know. Anyway. So, he was like, Curry's not clutch, and then Curry did that at the end of the game. I'm just staring at Jeremy like, shut up. Just shut up right now. It's breathtaking, dude. He's definitely my
top 3 favorite basketball player that has ever lived.
Yeah. How can you not love the way he plays?
A lot of people don't, but it is what it is.
Because they're like, well, it's a bad shot. It's not a bad shot for him.
It has nothing to do with bad shot. It's untraditional from anything they've ever seen, because if we've said many times, you can go through the top 25 players of all time. None of them are 6'3", or none of them are that short. Like, none of them. It's just not a thing. Anyway, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is definitely the WNBA Rookie of the Year. She is fantastic. She will by far. Oh my gosh! Don't get me.
I read something the other day.
Cheryl Swoops needs to get kicked off of all media until the end of time.
She's literally hanging on the fact that she played in the WNBA and she was one of the most popular ever in a time that it was not popular.
Love Cheryl Swoops. Couldn't give a crap about Cheryl Swoops anymore, because it's like, you're so ignorantly wrong. You're just trying to hang on to your point. Here I am, Logan Hayslip, the most stubborn man in the world. I was like, no, that's wrong. Like, Caitlin's amazing. And
she's closer to Asia Wilson with MVP race.
She's already
Angel Reese is in the Rookie of the Year race.
She's already a top 10 player in the WNBA.
She'll get MVP.
I don't even think it's close. I think you can say top 5 in the WNBA today.
I know you probably didn't watch a lot, but the way she was being guarded early, which, by the way, I don't understand why you don't like the WNBA for the pure fact of it is more physical than the men's game. It is a physical sport. Dude, I'm telling you, hand checks are called all the time in men's sport. It's
cool.
Thank you.
Stop.
The women's physicality is like
a lack of physicality equals.
I'm telling you.
Like, I just came to your. I've watched actually a surprising amount of Caitlin Clark.
No way. How many?
Tons of highlights. Tons of highlights.
Several.
Tons.
Dozen.
No. Like, seriously, a lot, because I've become invested with, like, how much hate she's getting, because, like, the same way that I am, like, I hate things that are overhyped. When there's clear greatness in front of you and everybody's like, hey, it's not that great, I'm like, shut up. Like, it's clearly she's amazing. She's the best thing to ever happen to the women's sport.
Ever.
And it's not unbiased. She's a 20-point, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds a game. Like, and by the way, is taking a terrible team and transformed it into a great team after a slow start.
Like,
0-8, clearly should have made the Olympic team. Clearly, one of the.
Dude, it was amazing to me. I don't know how much you watched, but like, the sports analysts that would talk about, like, well, she should be on the Olympic team, to the ones that said she should not, it was past WNBA players that were saying that she should not be on it. And what I don't understand is you begged for this kind of coverage, and it's finally here. And
I love the fact that after the whole story, like, I live for this kind of stuff. She doesn't get selected, and she's like, Coach, they just woke up a sleeping giant, and it's like, yeah, have that chip on your shoulder. Like, I'm a giant fan. Like, I've gone from, I've completely crossed, but it's like, yeah, I think, I can't. You're going to delete out anything I say if I get controversial in any way, shape, or form.
Because we need to talk about the borderline semi-racist undertone that is with this.
So that's what I was getting ready to say. Listen, basketball is a predominantly African American sport. They dominate in
at the highest level.
Yes, yeah. I mean. It's crazy you say that, because the best high schooler in the country last year was white, and the two...
What was his name? He was the dude that went off on
Cooper Flag. Oh my gosh, dude, that kid's going to be nasty. And you say that, it's like the two of the best 5 players in the world are white. They're European. But Luka and Jokic, they're 2 of the 5 best players in the world. But predominantly, the majority of basketball players at the highest level are African American, and I think they're, I have the perfect parallel. You have the
Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas thing back in the day, right? Like No. I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas, because you have the quotes when Isaiah threw the ball and Bird steals the ball to DJ, right? Like after the game, like Isaiah comes out and goes, you know, if he was black, he'd just be another guy.
Yeah,
and he gets covered like that because it's white, and I think the same way, and listen, it goes the same way for white people, and I think everyone has their biases. Yeah, I would.
You basketball players don't care. That's why I've always loved sports.
Yeah,
because I don't care. I don't care. If you can play, you can play.
And I say all that to say, I think, and once again, you talk about the vocal minority are very protective. My thing at the end of the day, and what I can always come back to, is logic and data, right? And if you look at the data, there's no comparison, right? And that's how I am when it pretty much comes to all basketball comparisons. And listen, you can also make data say whatever you want it to say. Like, I can make the data say that LeBron is the greatest ever, and I can make the data say that Michael is the best ever. You know, and it's all depending on what you're looking at, basically. But at some point, the data does speak for itself if you look at everything. And when you look at everything, and you have Angel Reese and you have Caitlin, it's no comparison. And I just, like, I hate it because I hate the racism that takes place in these conversations, because, like, I, as a white man right now, feel like the fact that I am pumping up Caitlin in some way makes it seem like I'm being racist because I don't want Angel to be great. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that, but I think the minority of people feel that way about you. Want to have that.
But unfortunately, that's it's
weak wheel.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, and it's the dangerous world we live in, and you know, those monikers, you know, somebody could call you something and it catches on, and it's like, well, that's not who I really am, and that's not what
Here's what I think. I think that, and I've watched a lot of WNBA this year, a lot more than you. If you would not take Angel Reese on your team, you're ignorant.
You're an idiot.
She can get 15, 20 boards, get 10 points. But
even if 10 of those boards are off her own misses because she can't hit this broadside of a barn.
A false narrative, but yes, correct. But
that's not
on
a
the
false
flip
narrative.
side,
Okay,
who's what's more? On the flip side, if you would build, go ahead, look it up. If you would build your team around Angel Reese instead of Caitlin Clark, you're also an idiot. Like, you can have it both ways and still be a fan of both without. But again, it's the few of the extreme Caitlin Clark fans and the extreme Angel Reese fans that try to turn it into something that it's not. Because even at the top, with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, both of them respect each other at the end of the day. Like, they're competitors and they want to win.
But
they both appreciate what they've done to the game. Go ahead, look it up. That's fine. But I think that the craziest part, even outside of the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark rivalry, is how many analysts, and a lot of them being past WNBA players, have finally got this cash cow that they've just so desperately wanted for years and not taken advantage of it.
But again, I really do believe it comes from a protectiveness. And
but even at that, like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird.
But that's that I think is just like,
and they didn't bring this kind of.
I think that's an unwillingness to want to give up the throne on their end.
I agree. That's almost like a UConn-esque.
So
Diana Taurasi.
Yeah. So as of August 27th, so we'd have to look up and see how many games that was. She had 374 rebounds. 53 of those came.
She's hurt right now.
Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 53 of her 374 rebounds had come off her own misses.
Okay, and she's also a post player.
So,
Right.
yeah. So,
Right.
So, at as of August 27th, so we'd have to look up and see how many games that was. She had 374 rebounds. 53 of those came. 53 of those 374 rebounds had come off her own misses.
Okay, and she's also a post player.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but if half of those are taken out, then she maybe averages a rebound and a half less a game, which is still, right. She puts up an incredible night. She's 13-10 instead of 13-12.
Right.
Which is still great numbers for a rookie. Fantastic. She would win Rookie of the Year in any single year in which Caitlin Clark didn't exist.
I think that correct. And I think that you also need to think about the fact that if you were being, blinders off, if you're being realistic, Angel Reese on a good team needs to be your third best player.
Fourth at this stage. Now, eventually, here's the thing. Angel Reese has everything in her to eventually be a Ja Wilson.
She's athletic as can be.
Yeah, and she has everything in her to. She has everything in her to eventually be a Ja Wilson. I truly believe that. Yeah,
her mid-range game's weak.
She
defends.
That's why I always.
And she rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Admittedly, I still need to watch significantly more. We ventured into territory. I'm shocked if you don't edit that out, just because it's tricky.
I don't think anything was extreme. It is tricky, but I don't think anything was said at a negative tone.
I always hope that people anybody that knows, once again, it's something that people say all the time, anybody that knows you or I don't think, you know what I mean? Friend.
Yeah, but what Caitlin Clark, and again, what she has brought to the women's game, and again, she has received so much hate.
Yeah, I really want to
I would see.
What's the Fever schedule?
They're done with home games.
Oh, dang. I really want to take my daughter. So are they going to be in the playoffs?
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs. The WNBA's got to change, though, because the way the first round's set up is there's only 12 teams.
Yeah.
Top 8 teams.
They don't have enough teams either, but...
Well, they got 3 more coming now, so they'll get to 15 in the next 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got Vancouver, Golden State, and just announced today, Portland are all coming. So...
That Vancouver didn't work in the NBA. Why are we trying to...
Well, Seattle has worked for the WNBA.
But Seattle worked for the NBA too. They just decided to.
So, correct. But, so what she has done to the WNBA game, to me, reminds me of 2 very specific sports-related, turn eyes on this sport for no reason at all besides the fact that this person is doing it. So, Caitlin Clark has brought eyes to the WNBA. Can you think of 2 other athletes who have brought an infinity number of eyes to their sport? Who I would be talking about in that aspect? The sport was way more popular when they were in it, and then it was not.
Well, I mean, here's the problem with what you're getting at is even when LeBron James came in.
That's not who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about.
No. I'm aware. I'm saying when LeBron James came in, the sport didn't get infinitely more popular because the sport was already popular. So you have to have something that is low. And I mean, frankly, you're talking about Magic and Larry.
Yeah, but I wasn't around to see that, so I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure there's documents, but I'm saying...
Logan, the sports historian, can tell you that was...
Well, they were on tape delay, but again... You also can't make that
argument.
You can't make that argument of tape delay because put Larry and Magic and even the league before them in today's era with the infinite amount of streaming devices that are there. I mean, it's a lot easier to get live.
The interest was significantly more.
So we're on the same page. Yeah. So Clark has brought the interest of the WNBA to what it is now.
So they're going to play. So they're going to play Seattle?
No, they'll play right now.
Las Vegas,
Connecticut Sun.
It's a 6-3.
Yeah.
So is that Taurasi or no?
No, Taurasi's Phoenix. So the way it's set up is in the first round it's best of 3, but the higher seed gets 2 home games and the lower seed has to beat them once to get the game 3 at their place.
Oh, that's... Oh, so
that's what I'm saying.
The first 2 games are going to be at Connecticut?
Correct. It has to
change.
change.
Oh, that's so dumb.
But
it's also just incredibly unfair. Why wouldn't you just do at least a 5-game series?
Because 2 years ago it didn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Travel costs mattered 2 years ago where it doesn't matter.
So dumb.
It's got to change with your
That's incredibly infinitely dumb.
But the way Caitlin Clark works, man, is even their away games are borderline home games, and they have the best home crowd in the WNBA. I
have seen some of the TikToks. It's like, we hate her. We want to go back to flying coach.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, why? And it's jealousy. I get it. I understand it. But the pettiness.
If they come back to Indiana, I'm going to go to the
playoff game.
Yeah, I'm gonna. When would it be? Because I'm about to be out of town for next weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's Saturday, I could probably do it. But if it's Sunday, next weekend next weekend,
Thursday night, maybe. No, I think it's Friday night. I'll
figure out a way to.
Subject.
Sorry.
Two athletes that I think brought the popularity of their sport up purely based on that athlete. You want to take a guess who I'm talking about? One you might get. I mean, it's one of your favorite sports. You should get it.
Tiger Woods?
Yeah, Tiger brought this kind of eyes to golf.
Yeah, you're right.
Never seen that before. And again, if you want to talk about racial undertone, like Tiger is Tiger.
Yeah, there was a lot of there was a lot of I don't like the way he celebrates and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, shut up, man.
I love the way he golfs. That's what I love.
Yeah, the way he hits the ball is so much more significant. Yeah.
So Tiger, and then the other one is an Olympic sport. I don't remember.
Usain?
Sure no, that's
Phelps
up there. Yeah. Do you remember how popular swimming was when Michael Phelps was coming up?
Yeah, this last Olympics, I did not give a single solitary about swimming.
But Michael Phelps had it every race he was in.
Didn't everybody break Phelps's records this past
I'm sure, but that's what I'm saying. That's what's crazy about it. I think Tiger's the best ever, and I think Clark has a chance to be the best ever. Phelps probably was at that time, but you can make arguments around it. So it's not that they're the best to do what they're doing. It's just that certain little niche
because Jordan didn't jump the sport's popularity by that much, even while being the best ever.
Yeah.
There's some differences to it, and what is funny about that, a similarity between Tiger and Caitlin is they are the opposite race of the dominant race in their sport. That's kind of because golf is a very white sport up until Tiger came along, and it still probably is today. And then like we said, basketball is a very African American sport, and Caitlin's white. But
it's even
that is interesting. And then you can even say the jump in the NBA, you had a black-white divide. So it's it's almost like you need something outside the greatness of the athletes.
Yeah.
To call it, and that is so wild that we're so shallow. It's unbelievable.
But you can think about that with Tiger, the purses today are still benefiting from him.
Oh yeah.
They would be nothing without, I wouldn't say nothing, but they would be very fractional of what they are.
Nothing what they are today. Yeah, unless the Saudis got involved 10 years ago.
There we go. Talk about how much you hate it.
Bad.
No, I don't say that.
I do.
Just that. What is it called?
Live.
I cannot live. Yeah. Talk about how much you hate it.
We're in a golden age for golf too, and it's such a shame that this is dividing the sport. We're at as a talented point ever in the history of golf, and the fact that I don't get to watch the best golfers every single weekend all compete against each other. We have but those are 4 times a year, man. That's the thing. And one of those is the PGA Championship, which they don't allow. You know what I mean? We legitimately have. The 4 majors are U.S. Open, British Open, the Masters, and the PGA Championship.
And it's like, we definitely have, if you take a list of the top 50 golfers of all time, 20 of them are probably playing and in their prime today.
Yeah.
And it's like we should be in this golden age, especially now that you have Scotty differentiating himself. But the thing is, it's like you can also look at him and be like, oh, Scotty was only winning those PGA Tour events because maybe these other guys were out.
And, it's just, the training has become so specific on how these guys train. Man. The technology behind it, the equipment behind it. Everything is so much better. You take an average golfer on the PGA Tour and put him in the Tour 60 years ago, he's probably the best golfer in that. I'm saying with his stuff today.
Well, but the equipment, too, is made...
I get that, that's what I'm saying.
No. Because, if you give Jack Nicklaus the driver... Tiger still hits it as far as he did when...
That's why the game. That's why these.
But that
guys
has nothing to do with the play. That has nothing to do with the player. Yeah, but they've also extended the courses. Yeah,
I'm saying
I
the
understand
equipment itself.
I think the biggest.
Advanced.
I think the biggest jump has been launch monitors and simulators. Frankly, just because you're able to finally put data into this is what makes the ball do what, and everybody having that and being able to. I hit it, and depending on the way I hit it, it does exactly this. And being able to monitor that, not just look at it with my eyes and get it feel, to I can put numbers behind it into every single swing. That's why those guys take those on the range. And you know what I mean? It's breathtaking.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have one in my house.
Bottom line is, you were wrong about Caitlin Clark. And I'm glad that you've owned up to that.
She's much better of a WNBA player than I thought she was going to be right away.
Oh, dude, she got doubled as a rookie her first game, and she has adjusted to get 19 assists in one game. It's insane.
Next subject, let's go.
You want to talk football? You want to talk about our beloved Bengals right now?
You don't want me to talk about the Bengals,
dude. You said, it was probably our last episode when the win total came out, and it was either 9.5 or 10.5. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
They're going to struggle.
They're going to struggle to get to either one of them. They'll struggle to get to 9 wins.
So, a couple things that I've said that if you might as well call me Nostradamus. You pay Burrow, and all of a sudden,
up.
Yeah, I guess up. Yeah, that's interesting.
It doesn't do it on mine. It's only on yours.
That's cool.
You must have that iPhone.
Yeah. Anyway, you pay Burrow, and all of a sudden you have pay problems. You got T, you got Chase. And you got pay problems. And I mean, Mike Brown asking for a freaking tax pay to upgrade that stadium.
$1.3 billion, dude.
Guys, let's go drown him in the Ohio River, and let's pull a Green Bay and let's own it as a city. I'm perfectly fine with that.
$1.3 billion. I'm not in Hamilton County, luckily. I'm in Claremont.
I don't care. The idea that these billionaires, that is disgusting. It's we need the city to pay for this. Shut up.
They're banking on the love of the Bengals. That's what they're doing.
Straight to hell with no detours. That's how I feel about it.
No detours, wow.
No detours. Into the 7th level, straight up into the Little Nicky. I almost went to a dark place. Anyway, there's a scene where he's torturing, the devil's torturing Hitler. I think one wants to go look it up.
In Little Nicky?
Yes.
I've only seen that one time, and I definitely don't remember that part. Jeez.
I just so happened to
Happy Gilmore 2.
Torturing Hitler, really, really terrible, terrible thing that I'm talking about. Man, what a controversial topic, torturing Hitler. Our German audiences, our German Third Reich audience is going to be, devastated. Anyway. They're like, how dare you talk about... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's getting edited. Anyway, anyway, you didn't know I had that in me. Anyway,
Mike Brown.
No, but it's we're still one of the cheapest franchises. that's going to inevitably lead to our downfall. Eventually, Burrow's going to get upset, and
he's still hurt. Dude, he is still hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he has an injury that no quarterback's ever had.
He's never had like the most zip in the NFL, but he could get it there.
Below average.
But it's a struggle for him to throw down the field right now.
I'm telling you, man, like it's a problem. I think, like, you know, and I'm going to end up being right on like the anti-Burrow train, and it's not from a lack of him being good. It's just I think you have to have an elite arm or elite legs or something where you have to be Tom Brady. You have to have something. But he's never going to be a Manning Brady. He's just not. He's never going to be a Breeze. I just don't think he's going to reach that level, and that's the level you have to win Super Bowls. I mean, Mahomes. He's never going to be. He's never going to be a Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers won one Super Bowl. Relax.
You would take Aaron Rodgers at his peak over whatever Burrow's peak is going to be. I promise you.
So you think Burrow has not hit his peak yet? Is what you're saying?
No, I'm not sure he hasn't.
That's what. Well, based on what you just said, you said whatever it will be. So
I'm saying you would take Rodgers 3 years ago in 2021 over whatever Burrow's peak is going to be.
Time will tell there, but what I'm saying is Burrow's best attributes have always been his ability to read defenses pre-snap
and get the ball out and make accurate passes. Yep,
his accuracy. It's never been his cannon arm,
and that's not his problem right now. But
less than what he usually does. You can tell he's still hurt.
He was great in the Chiefs game, so this is a bad time to be saying that. But what I will say is, if you're going to pick off Mahomes twice and not win, you're never going to beat him.
Yeah.
And my point is, if you're never going to beat him, then you're either A, hoping he gets injured, or you should tank. I'm
got a 4th and 16 to beat him, and you couldn't do it.
Yeah. And I mean, we got lucky. There was a holding before that because they had a huge gain on the play before that, and they got a holding that pulled it back.
Which people forget about when we get the pass interference. People forget about the penalty that happened one play before that.
Yeah, I just you're never it's kind of like, does it make sense to go for the championship when Michael Jordan's in the league? And I think you would aim toward no. And I understand
how
that's
do you
going to
maneuver that then? How do you even do that?
You go super in the tank.
So you just have multiple top 5 picks for 5 years in a row.
Yeah, you wait until the next Mahomes is there. That's basically what it is. Once again, all right, hold on, stop. Last year's champion, Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
Mahomes before that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the champion before Mahomes?
Was it? No, I don't know. We've already done this. You've already said
I know.
Rookie contract or
elite level quarterback. If you're not one of those two, you do not win championships.
Yeah. I don't know if the Chiefs can win it this year, but
they're 100. If you do not think that the Chiefs, after watching some of the weapons they gave Mahomes, are 1,000,000,000% the front runners to three-peat, frankly, as long as Mahomes and most of that team stays healthy, which I know is a challenge in that sport. They are. Who's going to beat them in the AFC? They own Lamar. They own Lamar. So throw that out. There's no chance. They own us.
I'm not a Josh Allen fan, but the Bills seem like the best.
They do seem like they're great, but guess what? they're not doing it either. Throw them out. Tua can't keep his brain in his skull to save his life. Talk about a guy that
your words better there.
Talk about a guy that I'm going to go and throw this out there.
He needs to retire.
He needs to retire immediately. He got his $50 million from this year. Retire, live the rest of your life as a very wealthy man, and don't be drooling by the time you're 40, bro. Seriously, you have your whole.
Do you remember a Not Another Teen movie where they have the concussion countdown?
Billy Ray or whatever. Yeah, Bobby Ray. Yeah,
that's what it feels like. It's scary. Like,
it's terrible. Like, you're going to be brain dead when you're 50. Like, and I understand that didn't seem like anything to you as a 25-year-old now, but like 50, like you have a lot of life left at 50, man. Like, it's like you gotta knock that off immediately. You got 50 million plus whatever you made in the previous years, and plus whatever you can make is go be an analyst, bro. Like, see how much they're paying Tom Brady right now to be an analyst. See how much they're paying.
He's not. Talk about one thing he's not great at. He'll get better, but he's not great at it yet. Like color
Tom Brady is terrible. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, Tua's well spoken. Like, he could work on any studio show he wanted to. Like, if Tony Romo can do it, and Tony Romo's a genius, like, don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of guys.
Can do it.
Who am I thinking of? Greg Olson. Greg Olson was a phenomenal, like, studio guy. Like, yeah, man, like, it's ridiculous. Like,
I just
go
Mahomes,
into the rest of your.
Mahomes has always been who?
Kelsey was garbage.
He doesn't look good this year.
It doesn't.
He's too wrapped up with your girl.
It's like old Gronk, man. He's the sports car. They got the cover on top of him. They're going to sparingly use him, and then all of a sudden, oh no, he's looking really fresh, and here comes the playoffs.
Dude, I think the fact that he's dating your girl, it's really
not my girl.
Really messy.
Not my girl.
You love T Swift.
I do not.
Gosh, I've seen you sing her songs at the concert.
Some of her old music is fantastic. I will say, I think she's undateable, and I've said that on this podcast.
You have said this several times.
You can't be 36 years old. You can't be 36 years old and that full of drama. Like, you just can't.
There's like
she'd be like coming down to me. It's like, did you see what this person said? And I'm like, no, honey, I'm sitting on the couch, like the kids are asleep, and I'm like playing. Oh, why aren't you interested in what I'm interested in? And it's like I'm just like, I had a long day at work, just playing like PGA 2023 for a few seconds before I go to bed. Oh, it's like, well, I don't even think you care about me anymore. I was like, no, I definitely, I love you. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like, that's how the conversation would go.
Great conversation. The conspiracist out now says that there's a leaked contract that their relationship ends on September 28th.
I've never wanted anything to be more true in my life because, yeah, that would be I don't even want to get into it, dude.
I hope it's not, because I need her to really feel the breakup and write those songs about him. Do you know how Travis Kelce breakup songs would be?
Her people are going to write them no matter what, buddy.
I can't believe you would say that to me. She has no.
You were catching touchdowns. I was in the crowd, cheering you on, wearing that red 87 shirt.
That rhyme scheme is great, first off.
Now here I am, just a girl born in 1989, wishing I'd married my 87.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I was like, 87. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
You put a beat behind that goes straight to the top. Easy.
Yeah.
Maybe a feature.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm available for like a feature on your next.
Okay, here we go. Just wrap up the Bengals, because I think we don't.
Not a believer. And once again, those who followed me and bet their mortgage on the under of 10.5, you're welcome.
Right. Where do you got them at now? Do you think they get above 500 or not?
They get to 10 at best.
I mean, that's going 10-5 the rest of the way. And that seems like
which they're capable. They've started slow every year. Frankly, the Chiefs were a toss-up game to. Here, let me look at something real quick.
Their schedule is not terrible coming up.
Here's the thing that can get really scary. So they'll beat the Commanders. Or wait, did they? No, that's. Yeah, they'll beat the Commanders.
Yeah, the Commanders, and then they have the
They'll
Panthers.
beat the Panthers. That's an easy 2-win.
Pretty easily.
So let's just say you lose to the Ravens. You're 2-3. They'll beat the Giants. So you're 3-3. Let's say you lose to the Browns, right? Let's say you lose the Browns. Who cares? Let's just say you lose the Browns and the Eagles back to back. You're 3-5. You're going to beat the Raiders. Let's say you beat the Ravens the other time around. Now you're 5-5. Chargers. Let's see where that's at.
Chargers at. So let's say we lose to them. So we're 5-6. Steelers, let's say we lose them 5-7. You're going to beat the Cowboys. You're going to beat the Titans. You're 7-7. We beat the Browns the other time around. We definitely beat the Broncos, and then we have the Steelers. So we're 7-7 through the Titans with 3 games to go.
So we're definitely 10.5 no matter what. That gets you to 10-7 at the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 10-7. So 10-7 is really real. Like 10-7 is really real. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 games that we should 100% win.
Yeah.
Right. So that takes us to 7-2. So if everything else is a toss-up, right? So it's 7-2.
You have toss-up that goes 4-4, and they become 11-6.
Yeah, I don't believe it's going to happen, but we'll see.
All right. So we'll see. We can end it on that. Okay. So I got a couple more things, and then we got to wrap this up.
How's coaching going? I want to hear. Like, how's the team looking? How's everything? Like,
we're good. We're going to be pretty guard oriented. So we're gonna spread the floor.
Sounds beautiful.
We're gonna get it up and down and let that sucker fly.
Cool. Are you have you found your assistants?
I need you. That's what I need you. Is what I need. How long does it take to get to Westchester?
Long time.
Not long enough, man. Hey, I gotta go. We got practice. That you've always said.
You got me on a year on building a house.
But when I was coaching at Logan and New Lex, you always said if you come back here, I'll be on your bench. And now I'm here.
You're barely here. I was talking if you came back to Georgetown. If you're at Georgetown, yeah, I'd be on the bench. If you're at Western, yeah, I'd be on the bench. If you're at Williamsburg, yeah, I'd be on the bench. If you were at Ripley, I'd be on the bench. We're pushing some 50-minute drive. I definitely can't come to practices.
Your game.
I can make adjustments mid-game. You ain't gonna listen to me. That's the other thing.
Right.
I'm gonna be
I think we should go 2-3-7. All right, so we're man to man the rest of the game. We're gonna do the opposite.
Hey Jay, here's some plays I really like. Yeah, those are garbage.
Throw them away on your way out.
I miss this, dude. I miss just talking to you. And I let's just air out our dirty laundry right now.
Oh,
you're closer to me than you've been in how many years, and we haven't been hanging out in any way, shape, and or form. And I think the people should know there's actual tension.
There's no tension on my side. There's
tons of tension from here because I'm just my boy's right there, and it's a relationships. Relationships. Erroneous on all counts.
Hey, let's go to the wing bar, is what you said. I'm all right, I don't even know what that is, but I'm in. And then all of a sudden, half hour before we're supposed to be there, hey, I got to go home.
Yeah, I did. It was rough. Okay. I'm building a house, and I have a very stressful job, man.
I agree with all
Heavy
that.
lies the crown, Jay.
Against me.
Heavy lies the crown, Jay.
Okay.
You've never been out to my farm yet.
I'm saying you can't hold it against me when I said okay, and you.
Let me take you there Friday.
Even if it's legitimate reason, you can't hold it against me. That's what I'm saying.
I'll hold anything against you I want to hold against you.
That's true. You do have a way to tip the scales in your favor.
I'll figure it out.
In your mind. Your mind. You're undefeated in your mind.
I don't care if it's exactly. Yeah.
All right, so here's some. I thought
always win, never lost.
Of all TV and movie roles in the history of entertainment, what do you think you would have been the perfect cast for? You would have been casted perfectly.
Oh, wow! This is a deep question that we have to get into.
We got some time.
I think I'd be a great Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights.
football is where you're going to go, that's where you're going to go.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Not, not Hoosiers.
Well, yeah. Coach Eric Dale's a little old. So hold on, I'm thinking about casting here. Coach Eric Dale's a little bit older. He's got a little bit of a past. Like, I'm not at that point yet. Oh man, so you're opening us up to movies, because I was just thinking TV there for a minute.
Yeah, everything. And you got to think you're going to play it better than who played it.
So I'm going to be a little self-deprecating, saying I could be Samwell Tarly from Game of Thrones, who is basically a really, really smart person, but he's also a fat coward. That would have been funny.
But I thought he was well cast.
Yeah, I'm not ugly enough to be Samwell. I'll tell you what, Samuel Ganji, like best friend with you till the end, like Sean Astin here, Lord of the Rings.
Rings, yeah.
I'd carry Frodo up that mountain.
Dude, but I think he was well cast. That's what I'm saying. You got to argue that you would be better.
But you're right. You're gonna have a hard time. All right.
Well, there's been some bad casts in the world.
Yeah, but then you're thinking about. Now I'm just trying to think of like my favorite TV shows and movies.
Could you be better than? You're not going to beat Christian Bale.
So you're going to have to take my figure from my prime. First of all, okay.
I'm going to say if you had time to get yourself exactly the physique that you needed for it. This is just acting ability.
I think I could definitely beat Val Kilmer, no doubt. And you know what? I'm going to go out there on a limb and say I could outdo Clooney.
What about the new one? Pattinson? Is that his name?
Yeah, he's kind of a skinny little, and he's way too emo. I definitely understand the character of Batman better than any person that's ever played him.
That's
now, you also would have to assume that I would have to have some level of acting talent. Or are we just assuming that I have this, that I magically have the acting talent?
The fact that you don't think that you have acting talent is kind of mind-boggling to me.
I'm trying to be humble here, Jay. Trying to be humble here, Jay.
I feel like you think you could do it right now, no matter if you had acting.
Oh, wait. So you're not saying you think I have acting talent. You're saying that I should think that I should have acting talent because I think I could do everything.
I'm saying that's what I believe, yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, see, I'm trying to be humble.
Okay.
Why are you trying to push me into,
So
I think No, he's too tall. You're going to need to actually give me some time on this, because I think there's some. If I think about this long enough, I think I can come up with some really good ones. I want to immediately go to too old. So me given time to get into a proper physique. So I have to, first of all, I have to get myself into 32-year-old Logan's head with 23-year-old Logan's physique, which is a challenge in and of itself. You know what? Because I kind of had a baby face at one point, I think I could have played I could have played Matt Saracen in Friday Night Lights, or Mike Winchell, the quarterback.
So you're QB1.
Well, I mean, that's what I was always destined to be, no matter what.
Are we talking about acting or just facts right now?
Facts.
Acting or facts?
Facts. Yeah. I was the Russell Wilson of Georgetown, Ohio, that didn't have football.
Dude,
short, decent athleticism, really good arm.
Lakota West is the third biggest school in the state, right?
Yeah.
So, their football team is so good. There's guys that are going D1 and probably going to be in the NFL and whatnot. And they'll ask what was football like at your school? And I'm like, well, we didn't have football. They look at me like I'm crazy. How could you not have football? And I kind of wish, I don't know if I would have played, but that whole feeling of a Friday night lights. That whole persona is so cool.
I think point guards and quarterbacks are very similar. I think you have to read.
That's fine, but I'm saying the town on Friday night of a football game.
Yeah, but we had that, and you especially.
Because football, basketball.
You know the parade is on YouTube when you guys came in? I looked it up the other night. I was showing my daughter. I was like, you don't understand. It was the coolest thing in the world. I was just curious. I was like, you know what I wish was on YouTube really bad, so I could just show my daughter and stuff. I wish Leslie's old videos. It's we should get with Les and be like, hey, can you just upload all this stuff, just so it's we show our children. Yeah, just show our children one day. That's such a cool thing to be able to do.
This basketball season is coming up on 18 years ago that happened.
So who are really cool? Are there any great basketball coaches in TV?
They're all older. You got to think Hoosiers.
I could be Nathan Scott in One Tree Hill.
Well, I never watched that. I'm going to be honest with you. Samuel L. Jackson. What was that movie called?
Coach Carter.
Yes, thank you. He's an older coach.
I'm not trying to race swap any roles. Oh,
there's no older coach or no younger coach.
I could totally do. I think it could have been Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
Hayden Christensen. Yeah, I see you struggling with that one.
I can actually get on board with that because he's got a little villain in, and you need that, and you have that.
I hate them. I slaughter them like animals.
He's got a little arrogance to him. You got that.
I feel like I could have probably pulled a decent Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Yeah, science.
I know you told me to watch that. I've never watched it though.
Yeah. I could have done the Bill Murray character from Caddyshack.
Yeah, you probably could have. That's
You're not going to move me on from this because I'm as interested in this conversation as I've ever been in any conversation you've ever started me on.
You not I think.
I could have been a great Dwight Goodman. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
Yeah, but he's so well cast. You can't think of Dwight as anybody else besides Rain. He's the perfect Dwight.
No. Not. I'm talking. You're Ben Stiller is who you mean there, not Rainn Wilson. I'm talking Dodgeball.
Oh, what did I? Didn't you say? Oh, you said White. I thought you said Dwight. I thought you were talking about The Office.
I probably did.
You're talking about White Goodman.
Andy from The Office.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Because I'm not a big Ed Helms fan in that role.
Tuna. Yeah. The other guy, the manager from the other office. Probably, man. If you give me enough time on this, we're gonna stumble on my perfect casting.
Do you know who's one of the unsung heroes on The Office, casting? Are you going with it? I can't even think of his name. The old dude.
Oh, no, not Stanley. Creed.
Phenomenal character.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I just had one. I'll tell you what. Have you ever seen the picture of me with the bald head when they shaved my head when I was in good shape?
Mm-mm.
If I bulked up a little bit, Tom Hardy Bane. He's a short guy.
Insane to say. I was getting on board with your picks. Okay. Do you know who you sound like right now? Tom Hardy.
Thank you.
But my point is, it's already been cast. You're not putting a new spin on it.
Oh, so wait, you're saying I have to put a new spin on this?
Well, you can't play the role how they play it.
So you're saying I have to put my own spin on it? Okay.
If you play Tom Hardy's Bane, how Tom Hardy plays it, how are you playing it any better?
I got one. This is definitely a miscast. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm gonna need you to keep it together so that I can. Oh my god, this is gonna be rough.
I'm good.
Keep it together.
Mama said they my magic shows. Mama said they take me anywhere. One day, out of nowhere, for no reason at all, I just started running.
Dude, you sound like the mix.
Sound like Tom Hanks.
You sound like the mix of Forrest Gump and Bane. Just sounded like.
You merely adopted the dog. I was born in that. Hold that by at.
If there's ever a movie that has Forrest Gump and Bane, you're in it.
I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body.
Dude,
Jenny. Why'd you cheat on me, Jenny? I think you had AIDS, Jenny.
Yeah, no kidding, Forrest. No kidding. Good call, man. Oh, dude,
I think I could have done. I think it would have been a really good split personality. Split
McAvoy?
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Here we go.
Give me my own take. Give me a couple years and a lot of steroids. Give me my own run at Logan.
Wolverine Logan?
Yes.
All right. I think that's a bold statement.
Pretty vicious.
There's only one Wolverine in a lot of people's eyes.
Henry Cavill looked really good as Wolverine.
Phenomenal. Spoiler.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it by now.
Yeah, it's your own fault.
Did you ever Nate Bergotti, or however you say his name?
He's like he's kind of like the Christian comic.
Yeah, he's a clean comic.
Yeah.
He was talking about why you just I just thought about this, but The Sixth Sense. And he's like, I'm going to spoil this for you, and if you haven't seen it, sorry, it's a 20-year-old movie. like we're spoiling Deadpool and Wolverine 20 days. Like,
yeah.
But he's talking about it, and he's like, how, like, this might come out as crazy. I've never seen The Sixth Sense. I know what the premise is, but I've never seen it.
Gary Bertier, my ultimate casting.
No. That
Stop
you missed badly on that one.
How did I miss badly on that?
Because that's not your role at all.
Push him, give him. You just can't blow by everybody in this league.
You can quote everybody you want, but I'm saying that's not your role. Anakin Skywalker was the closest.
I know who I was.
Andy from The Office.
Sunshine!
And Andy from The Office was it for you.
Andy from The Office wasn't bad.
That was the best one.
Tuna! Tuna! I got it!
Oh, gosh.
I got it. It's one of 3 characters that I could have done all from the same TV show. I could have been...
Cartman.
Feel it.
Live action Cartman.
No, Kitty, it's my pie. No, Kitty, it's my pie.
Live action Cartman is it. That's
Corey
you.
Matthews?
Me?
No, me. No, you just because you have the hair doesn't mean you can be the character.
Okay.
His brother.
Eric.
I also think it could have done Sean Hunter. And, you know what? I'll go a step further. Could have been Sean Hunter's brother. Nope. Sean Hunter's brother.
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah. I think it would have been a great Corey Matthews.
I don't think you could have been Eric, because he's so good with, like, the dynamic with Feeney.
Feeney!
Yeah.
Feeney!
I don't know. Andy from The Office, that's the one that I was like, when you said it, I was like, yeah, that's
really, really, really happy that's the one I got. Thanks.
Dude, Ed Helms was also big in the Hangover series.
Zach Galifianakis. Zach Galifianakis.
What's his name?
Carlos.
The baby.
His name is Carlos.
Carlos.
Not the breakfast.
That's where we're really missing out. Let's think of fat comedians that I definitely could have.
What is his name in The Hangover? Why can't I think of his character's name? Alan. Thank you.
Alan, yeah. Oh! I know one that I could have. I could have been any John C. Reilly character in any Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Shake and bake.
Are you sure you don't just want to say crepes are pretty good, man?
He gave you good out. Small pancakes.
Break it!
Break it. Zach Galifianakis, you know one of my favorite movies of his is Due Date.
Phenomenal movie.
So underrated.
Yeah. What celebrity in my skinny days did my wife used to think I looked the most like? There's two in particular.
It's got to be Brad Pitt.
Nope.
George Clooney.
Not even. No. Nope. Both.
Who else is good looking?
Both would be younger. One is in a major sci-fi franchise as the lead.
Star Wars?
I said major sci-fi franchise as the lead.
I'm asking, is it Star Wars? Is that sci-fi?
It is not Star Wars.
Major sci-fi. So, MCU?
No. Neither one of these people were ever in the MCU. You alright?
Yeah. One of the cats was meowing. I was letting her out of the room.
Neither one of these people were ever in the MCU.
Sci-fi. Major sci-fi. Dude, I'm so bad about, like how many... Fast and Furious, it started as realistic and it became sci-fi.
Neither one of these people were ever in the Fast and Furious.
Would you agree that it started out as normal and then it became sci-fi pretty quick?
I don't even want to talk about it. Don't get me started on the Fast and Furious. Dude, Come on, let's guess the two.
They raced in space the last or the last.
They didn't actually race in space, but they flew a car into space anyway.
Let's guess. I never saw it.
Yeah, well then don't talk about it. Anyway.
Give me a clue on what kind of sci-fi.
Star Trek.
See, I can't think of his name. What's his name?
Chris Pine.
Yeah, Chris Pine.
All right, so you got.
Yeah.
I never saw it either. I never understood that one. Yeah, if you look at younger Chris Pine, maybe. I kind of wish we could just flash young me and young Chris. So if you look, there's one from him in Princess Diaries 2. If you search Chris Pine Princess Diaries 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't see it. From a certain angle, maybe.
I wonder if I can do this.
Hold on.
No, hold on. No. I got it.
You see it?
Yeah. Can I do this?
Yeah, but you also got to get a side by side of. Do you need me to send you a picture of young Logan?
Can I do this? Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But then you need a side by side. So find the one that I showed you where he's kind of
side by side. I'm looking at you talk right now.
No. Okay. Yeah. This is not the side by side that you need. Hold on. I think I found a decent side-by-side that we could, in some way, shape, and or form, compare this. And I'm saying this with a lot of leeway. So go back, hit back on whatever screen you're on there.
I'll just exit out of it. Okay.
No, because I need you to stay on Chris Pine there.
Well, I can't go back. I opened a new tab. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. It's this one. This is the picture.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to send you the...
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Now, if you can figure out how to do this, it will be remarkable. Oh.
Here, I'll let my screen have this, and people can judge. I'll be safe, this bad boy. People can judge.
If you can actually do this, this would be hilarious.
I mean, I can hold it up is the best I can do. So it's there. Now, let me...
I feel like I'm not getting my fair shake.
Dude, first off, how skinny are you in that picture? My
200 pounds, baby. That's my honeymoon.
200 pounds soaking wet. You look like a $180, maybe.
Thank you. Yes, yeah.
All right, who's our other one? Because I'm not.
Zac Efron.
Okay. I'm closer with Chris Pine.
Wow. We really got shut down real quick there. Hold on. I like.
No, dude, just the only similarities you have is he has blue eyes. That's it.
Those baby blues, man, they are like a trance. Actually, you know what? Like older, kind of like messed up jaw Zac Efron. Just saying.
Or messed up jaw.
I really hope you cut all that out.
I cannot believe Emily would do that to you, first off. Give you this false hope.
Wow.
Look at that. Zachary David Alexander Efron. The dude's got 2 middle names.
Look, I'm not trying to be that guy. The guy in that picture he's a solid 8.5. The picture that I sent you.
Most attractive Oh, jeez. I thought you were talking about Efron. I was going to say, I don't think he's like the biggest heartthrob ever in Hollywood.
No, I'm saying the Logan at his peak was an 8.5. If I was 6'3",
and that rounds up.
If I was 6'3", I'd be at 9.5. If I was 6'3", I'd be at 9.5.
I think you're proving the fact that when I asked about what roles you could play in Hollywood, this is it, right? This is the confidence I needed when we were talking about that.
Now I just want to figure out how to make my screen be that for the rest of the time. That picture that I sent you. Can you just set that as my screen?
I don't have anything up right now.
Oh, gosh, that would be so great. If you could just make that picture that I sent you my screen for the rest of the show. Because that's how I would like people to know me as. They just know me as that forever.
All 8.5, that's what you want people to know you as? All 8.5 Logan?
It's honestly God's mercy that I still don't look like that because...
Oh, gosh. What do you think Emily's rating of you at that time was, honestly?
Oh, 10. 10. Without a doubt.
Prime rib.
I was the primest at that point.
What was prime rib in
club sandwich, baby?
Club sandwich.
Club sandwich.
I'm the club sandwich.
I'm the club. She didn't get it. She didn't understand.
She did not. That's because she thought you were 10.
Hey, thank God she still doesn't understand. You know what I'm talking about. Thank God she still doesn't understand.
She still thinks you're the prime rib. Jeff Ruby prime rib is where she's got you.
Yeah, Jeff Ruby just has great steak.
Dude, your camera's not on if that matters to you at all.
I can't edit all this out. Thank you.
We got to leave some of that because Emily thinking you're a 10 is...
Emily definitely thought it was a 10.
What do you think she thinks you're at now?
Looks just don't matter to her the same way they used to. So when you factor in everything else... Here's the thing.
My wife thinks
you know what? Because there's many things that are factors, I think she still thinks I'm 7.5. What am I? I'm a 5. Looks only?
To her.
She still comes up to me all the time and is like, you just look so great. And it's like,
you're the center of my universe. I know she's thinking. She's got you at a 9 still, I bet.
No, there's no way I ever crossed 7.5.
What's up? You haven't gave one rating that's not a half, except for 10.
Well, I don't think I'm a 7. I don't think I'm an 8. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying I think Emily. What does Emily think?
7.5.
You guys are on the same page. That's why your marriage works.
Yeah, that's what she thinks. What do I think? I think I'm like a solid 5.5 right now.
say 6.
Here's 6. The thing: if you factor in other things like a phenomenal father and husband, there's some things that I will just. Well, I think that goes into father and husband. There's some things that I'll leave out of it. If you factor in all of everything, I'm definitely still at 7.5. And my wife knows all those other things.
I just think that she still thinks you're a 10. She still thinks you're a 10.
No way.
She's
never thought I was a 10 ever in my life, because even when I was that attractive, I didn't have all the other great things going for me.
You just said she thought you were a 10.
I said 9.5. There's a difference.
All right, you ready for the game of the night?
Let's go.
The Logan X3, so you only got 3 strikes.
I don't even remember what this is, but sure, let's go.
You have to Logan X3, so it's X equals 12.
Yeah, I'm sure I can figure it out, Jay. Just like you don't need to explain it. Let's go.
Dude, don't get Logan 9.5 on me right now. Okay, I need to talk to Logan.
That was a Logan 5.5 response, is what it was.
Okay, so I want you, since you are a new fan of the WNBA, I want you to try to name.
Can we do a different game? Any other game?
Nope. I want you to try to name half of the WNBA teams.
Can I name the cities?
Yeah, that's fine. I can fill in the blanks for you.
Phoenix, Connecticut, Indiana, Las Vegas.
Hold on. Phoenix, Mercury, Connecticut, Sun, Las Vegas Aces. You're off to a great start.
Indianapolis.
Indiana Fever.
Connecticut.
You already named them.
Los Angeles Sparks.
Correct. That's 5. Only one more for half. You're good. I'll start the timer here. 24 seconds. Get shot clock.
Wait a minute. What have I said so far?
Connecticut Sun, Las Vegas Aces, Indiana Fever, Phoenix Mercury, LA Sparks.
What's the New York team?
New York Liberty. Very good. There's one in the north. The second best team right now is in the northern part of the United States of America. One of the northern states.
Oh, Chicago. The Angel Reese's team.
Chicago Sky. That's not who I was talking about. Farther
no,
north.
I know. Boston doesn't have a team, do they?
They do not. They're
Is
trying
that
to get
Connecticut?
Yeah, they're trying to get Connecticut's team moved to Boston, I believe.
North.
There's one more. There's 2 more big cities, like big cities.
There's got to be a Texas one.
Correct. You've already hit New York, LA, and Chicago. So think of the next 2 big cities.
Well, Houston, but
not Houston. Other
yeah,
one.
well, Houston's the 4th biggest city.
Okay.
Is Atlanta?
Atlanta Dream is 1.
How many more do I need?
You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You're a lot better than I thought you were going to do. To be honest with you, because I haven't even helped you yet.
Dallas
Wings. That's where J.C. Sheldon from Ohio State went. All right, you got 3 more.
Yeah.
1 is on the western seaboard, 1's on the eastern seaboard, and 1 is on the northern part of America. Don't cheat. Don't do it. Refrain yourself.
I would know.
I hear you typing, idiot.
I never got anything clicked out. No, I don't know. That's
Well, we talked about 1 that
Seattle. No,
correct.
I thought it was an expansion team.
Portland is coming. Seattle is.
Oh, Seattle and Portland should not have 2 different teams. That's dumb.
They're in 2 different states.
I don't care. They shouldn't have 2 different teams.
Merge as 1 team. 1 is nation's capital. I don't know if you get
Washington D.C.
This D.C.
Stars.
Mystics.
Yeah, Mystics.
And then the other one is one of the M states up north.
Massachusetts, Maine. Maryland?
That's east. Think about north. North of us is Michigan. And then a little west of that.
Milwaukee?
No. That's in Wisconsin.
East and west of Michigan.
Correct. You're right there. It's the state right by it.
Minneapolis.
Minnesota, correct.
Minnesota, yeah. Lynx, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good. Dude, you did...
Didn't Lambeer coach in the Lynx for a while?
No, he was at, like, the Detroit Rockers, wasn't he, when Detroit had a team?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I only became a fan not too long ago. It's not like I followed it a bunch before you.
Bill Lambeer...
WNBA. So good. Type in.
New York Liberty and Las Vegas Aces. Yeah, I knew he was a coach.
New York Liberty and New York where?
The Aces.
Huh.
So he coached for 8 years. Well, twice the WNBA Coach of the Year.
There you go.
Yeah. His number one rule as a coach was being a dog.
Same as being a player, apparently too.
Yeah. Try to injure your opponents and you win.
If they can't walk,
you got to have a better game than that to finish this, or something.
I got your sign-off question.
I guess we're about done. Wow.
Dude, we're coming up on 2 hours. What are you talking about?
I just feel like we could go forever, like just because we haven't gone in a while. Like...
Well, that's the problem. I have to edit this. I have to edit all this.
I know. All right. Well.
Hey.
Is there anything that you want to? Is there anything like you think? Is there anything you wanted to talk about that you don't think we did?
No, not really. I was excited about the movie roles, and that was good.
I don't feel like we explored that enough. I think
you need to come back next week with the roles
with some ideas. Okay,
I thought about this. This is what we're going to go with.
I don't know that a fit more version of me couldn't have done John Barenthal's Punisher.
See, you're all about like the superhero roles or the comedy roles. That's where that's a lot of where you've worked right now.
Well, no, like I really want to do like some of my favorite characters are like Breaking Bad or like House and stuff like that, but I like it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, I don't see what you would have done in House. Maybe you could do some of those lawyer roles. I mean, I don't think you'd be like Mike Ross on Suits, but I think you could be like Bull. You could have been Bull.
Harvey Specter.
No.
Yeah.
We're watching that right now. Meg and I are. We're just getting to season 7.
It's a decent show. I've watched enough clips to know everything about the show.
I said my one problem. I got multiple problems, but
there's a lot of problems. Yeah.
One problem that sticks out to me all the time is they cannot switch from scene to scene without some dramatic saying.
Yeah.
Like, they can't just be like, hey, have a good day, and then it's the next scene. It's like, and then blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, okay, well, we have another cliffhanger every single scene.
Okay, so, hold on. I'm looking at the top 100 greatest TV characters of all time right now. Give me 2 seconds.
Is that going from 100 to 1 or 1 to 100?
100 to 1.
Man, I wonder what number. I wonder how many of I could guess.
That's a district. Oh, dude, something I wish that I could be as cool to do, like a role that I would love to do is Don Draper from Mad Men. I'm just not there. I wish I could.
Michael Scott from The Office. Dude, if I was going to play anybody in The Office,
I think I could do Barry Berkman from Barry. And that would be such a great role to have. I could definitely do Shane or Rick from The Walking Dead.
So I never watched Walking Dead either, and I know you told me to watch that as well because you say that's phenomenal.
It ended quickly enough.
So did Game of Thrones. I still hate that.
Yeah, there's nobody on Game of Thrones that there's nobody on like Friends that I think I would do.
I could be a Chandler.
Yeah, I could probably do Chandler.
Like I don't. The Office. I think I would. Jim would be the route I would go there.
All right, so we're in the here. How many of the? Oh wow, you're getting into some great characters. Number 11 on this list is Don Draper. Yeah, the thing is, you're never gonna get.
I would say that the top 10 are probably older TV shows.
Well, no, actually, the number one is
got to be there.
I didn't see him. Number 1 is my favorite character of all time.
Hold on. Let me guess that then. Give me
Who's number 1?
Oh, for you, it's going to be Breaking Bad then.
Walter White. That's who they have as number 1.
Yeah, he's such a when you see his character in any other show,
he's so amazing. That's what who do you think? Yeah, gosh, I love.
Maybe I need to start that tonight. Maybe I got one show.
The problem is, dude. Listen, the problem is, this is what you're gonna have, and I stress this. I cannot stress this enough. Yeah, I only relate to him in the one scene where he's playing darts. Yeah.
How many? Have you actually watched Ted Lasso though?
Nope.
Then you can't say that because his coaching is.
See, here's my thing with Breaking Bad, and like, just do me a favor. You have to make sure you do not give up through the first 2 seasons. Just keep going.
So it's like The Office season 1. Office season 1 is awful.
Season 1 is going to be a bit of a slog. Season 2 starts slow. There's a moment in season 2 that happens, and it's like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen. And then season 3 and 4 are perfect. There's not a downbeat in them at all. Season 5 is almost perfect. Has my favorite ending to anything ever. And then if you get through it, you will appreciate 1 and 2 so much more. But dude, like, oh my gosh, that dude.
Can I take a second just to say how proud I am of you right now? Because old Logan would tell me exactly what the moment was in season 2.
No, I'm not going to, because it's breathtaking.
That's what I'm saying. Old Logan would.
Season 5 has the season 5 finale has a moment that is like truly impactful on my life. That like I measure this character's moment of reflection and self-realization in moments in my own life, and it's like a truly like just breathtaking like 4 minutes of television in the finale that, oh my god, like I literally just watched.
I think I've started doesn't the series start like with him losing his job or losing his wife or getting fired or something like that? Like,
no, he finds out he has cancer in the first episode.
Okay. I knew it was something drastic, but I didn't remember because I only watched like the first 2 episodes.
And character that I also would love to be is Axe from Billions.
Okay, give me the top 5. Who are the top 5?
I'm looking at a different list. Let me. Okay, I'll just go back to the original list. Give me a second. Wait, what? How does this not have? That's just top 100 images. It's all right. I got it. I mean, there's so many different. Bravos. Okay, I'm at Watch Mojo. So the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also like Lip from Shameless. Not a show that I've. Yeah.
I haven't watched it either, but he's got clips I do enjoy.
The top 5 from this: Walter White.
Okay.
Tony Soprano.
From The Sopranos.
Lucy from I Love Lucy.
All right, come on. I'm already out on this list.
Homer Simpson.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
And the Doctor from the Doctor Who.
Dude, I just like...
George Costanza, Omar from The Wire, Fonzie,
George Costanza stinks.
Bugs Bunny, Archie Bunker, Don Draper,
Costanza. You could have been Costanza. That might be it.
Damn it. I hate it, but it's so right. I hate it, but it's so right.
That is it. Like, you're not going to find anything better than that. That was made for you. That role. I love Seinfeld.
I was in the pool!
I was in the pool. What seems like panic.
So, oh wow.
Are you supposed to get low during the fire?
This is terrible. Oh my god, this is the worst list I've ever seen. I'm looking at it. This is the worst list. Okay, I won't even read this stuff.
Man, whatever you say, George.
I would have liked him in Kenny Powers.
Nah, you're George Costanza, dude. You probably shouldn't.
I'll tell you what. If you had your choice of any character that you would have ever liked to have played.
Like me personally?
Yes.
Just because I think I would be good at it, or because I think it's a cool role?
You know what? I want you to answer this question however you feel necessary.
Good at it, I think I would have been Chandler's where I think I could have been. Because sarcastic comedy. That's me, through and through. Cool role, I think that Lasso. I think Ted Lasso is such a phenomenal, cool role. I think Michael Scott is a phenomenal role.
See, you keep saying other people from The Office. I think the one that I would most want to be is Jim.
Yeah, but
like hands down, I'm a big fan of like so many things about that. Like, yeah,
I agree, but The Office, and don't get me wrong, The Office got significantly not worse, but it was not as good as it was when Michael Scott was there. However, what I will say is if you would have taken Jim away from The Office instead of Michael Scott, it still would not have been as good. So you can't really make that argument. But, I mean, based on the fact of Michael Scott did leave and it did get worse.
If I could have done it as well, actually, the character that I think that I would have wanted to do is Heath Ledger's Joker. Talk about a
he was so good.
Yeah.
Like,
unbelievable.
Like other action roles would be like Hawaii Five-0, McGarrett. That would be such a cool role.
All right, stop. All right, we've gone on too much. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't want to be an action hero.
Could I be also from Seinfeld Newman? Why is it fat? Like, Jesus Christ! I hate myself so much right now.
Dude, Costanza's like when you said that, I swear I saw Jason Alexander in the screen next to me.
Anyway, next. Coach Eric Taylor. That was my first answer. I think I'm sticking with that. Coach Eric Taylor. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Okay, George. Whatever you say.
Matt Saracen. Or the other Mike Winchell. Quarterbacks from Friday Night Lights, the movie and TV show.
Everybody you want. George Costanza, that's who you are. Like, you're not going to get a better role. You could want to play somebody else. George Costanza.
This gets edited out. I don't like you.
All right. Whatever you say.
What's my sign-off question? I'm glad we said. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Since I'm back in Cincinnati.
Please don't make this a silly sign-off. Oh, no. I'm scared. You gonna come see my farm on Friday?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
We need to start filming these things together, face to face, because that's going to be.
We could easily I'm sure we could do this. Yeah, at the farm. No, I'm talking like you want to talk about nothing around us giving any interference.
Tell your dad to put a studio in there. It's not too late.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Put another quarter on there.
Let's go.
All right, since I'm back in Cincinnati, I need to know, what is your preferred Cincinnati chili? Is it going to be Gold Star or is it going to be
Stop.
Sky?
Stop. I don't like either one. I think if you like chili, I think if you like Gold Star, if you like Skyline, you're a disgusting human being. There is no good answer. It's a disgusting food. Raise your taste level. There is no, no, you can look at me however you want. Like, do better. Do better. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what, and I'm gonna say this, Jay, be better. Give me a better sign-off question. Know your audience. Know your host. I hate Skyline. I hate Gold Star. I'm not a person from Connecticut. I've been wanting to live in this place for forever. My wife won that thing. I can't hear anything you're saying, so sign us out. Terrible, terrible sign-off.
We'll be better next week, dude. Just like Gold Star is. Jay Chadwell, Logan Hayslip. We're back.
The only thing good about Gold Star is when it comes out of you. That's the only thing good about Gold Star.
We're out. We're definitely out on that one.